A lot of AFIRE members have asked me in the last year, how can I look better in Zoom calls? And it's a good question because most of us, when we're in these Zoom calls looking down at our computer with some bad lighting, don't look very good. But it doesn't have to be that way. And with a few simple ideas, not costing a lot of money, we can all look a lot more professional. There's a lot of things you can do. Some of them more expensive and more technical or difficult, like plugging a DSLR camera like this one directly into your computer. Or you can focus on things that are a little simpler and a lot less expensive. So today, that's what I'm going to share with you today. How to use lights to look better, using some tips that have come from professional videographers and filmmakers and photographers, all things that you can do at home without spending a lot of money or having a lot of expertise. So it's important to understand that the camera has a hard time seeing you if it's too bright or if it's too dark. And specifically, if that light, that bright source of light is behind you, you're going to start looking like a shadow. So a lot of people make the mistake of having a window behind them that looks out and there's sunshine that comes in and then suddenly you look completely dark. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that that light source is in front of you, and even better, to the side, so that you have a little bit of shadow on your face that kind of sculpts it, if you will, makes you look good, not just flattened white. That light can come from a lot of different sources. It can come from the sun. You can use a window that's a little bit to the side of you and in front of you. Be careful though, if that window is a southern exposure and gets sunlight directly in it, that will be too bright. The camera won't be able to handle it and you'll be completely bleached out. So what you want to do is find a northern exposure or have some good curtains over the window that allow that light to come in a soft way. That's the best look actually for you, beyond any artificial light that I might suggest, is that sunlight. The problem with sunlight though is it goes down, and a lot of us do calls late in the afternoon and into the evening. That can be difficult to do. You're still going to need some form of artificial light. So how are you going to set that up? Okay, so here I am in my office with the regular lights on. You can see how it looks. It's a little off. You can't quite see my face that well, but this is what most of our video calls look like. So how can I fix this? Well, one of the simplest things to do is have a desk lamp with a shade on it. You don't want to have one of those gooseneck lamps. Unfortunately, that light is a little too bright. What you want is something that, like a small kind of diffused light, you want it as close as possible to eye level. I like using this because it doesn't take up much room. It's called an AFIRE lamp, and it gives a diffuse light. It uses LED lights, and it gives you a couple of options in terms of brightness as well as color. So when you plug it in, I'm going to do it right now, and give you a sense of what happens to my face when I turn this on. Now I've lit myself up, so you can see it. And this tool alone can just up your game in terms of your look and feel. But there are other things that you can do, not the least of which I can add another light. So instead of it mostly being lit over here, I can give you a little bit more light here, and that's with an additional lamp. I like using what is a ring light. It's a UV size ring light. Costs about $60, $70. You can get it on Amazon or any other source like that. And as you can see, I can change the colors, I can change the look and feel of it, and it's a very bright light that's diffuse. So the only thing you want to be careful with on that lamp is you want it up a little higher, especially if you wear glasses. As you can see right here, you can see it reflected in the lenses. It looks a little strange. So you don't want that down at eye level. Those two lamps give me a very good look right here, a very clean look. However, you can go even further. So what I've done here is turn off the overhead lights. What's nice about this is it gives me a very distinct look. I like to use this at night, but at the same time, you notice my background is kind of dull. I have a little bit of light coming through the window behind me, so that gives me a little bit of color. But if I want to improve it just a touch, a nice little thing I can do to create a background is turn on a table lamp. Just a little bit of light that's coming behind me, and you can see the light coming through there. It has a nice, distinct look. Actually, one note that I'd want to give is I strongly encourage everyone I talk to Don't use the fake backgrounds that you can get on Zoom and on Microsoft Teams, etc. The problem with it, it's really neat to have like a beach scene behind you and that sort of thing, but unfortunately it's not perfect. And if you're not in front of a green screen, it'll start to make your ears disappear and your arm come in and out of frame and that sort of thing. So I'd strongly recommend see what you can do to make your office or your home look presentable. And as you can see, I'm actually in a basement, but the way I make it look better is with a little bit of lighting and improving the lighting there. So I encourage all of you, again, none of these things are that expensive. The Aukey desk lamp, I think, is about $30. The ring light, $60 or $70. The desk, I don't know how much the lamp is behind me. I got it a long time ago. You can find one like that somewhere in your house. Those things combined can help to give you a very professional look, a very clean look. And it's a way of basically, since we can't be in each other's offices, you're representing the brand and the value proposition of your company simply by giving yourself better lighting. So I strongly encourage you, pick up a lamp, maybe a couple, and create a lighting effect that will just elevate you above all your colleagues out there. So I look forward to seeing you on our next Zoom call. Go out there and have a good virtual day. Take care.